Hello there. This is Dr. Spirit, and this is my channel. This is a series called Delayed Ancestral, Deleted Ancestral History. Uh, this is about uh, the debt America owes the descendant. So, so I will get on with it. It's sort of complicated. Well, it's very complicated. And there is research I found that not only plantation owners took advantage of my ancestors, but it is almost, if not all America, took advantage because of the money. That makes me sick. So let me get on with it. May the words of my mouth and the taste of my heart be accepted in thine own sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Okay, now this is the question that I asked to get started. Uh, uh, what is the ancestors' legacy to their descendants and their destiny? How, when will America pay their large debt of trillions of dollars to the enslaved descendants? What, where, when, why, whom, uh, in my opinion. Okay, so we will start off thus, okay? Uh, Reparations for descendants of the enslaved people in America. Uh, this is an examination of that difficulty. The question of how and when will America pay its large debt to the descendants of the enslaved people is a complex issue. No, it's not. You know, it's not because y'all, the federal government has the money, and there are ways, not only with money, but properties and you know, grants, a whole bunch of things that you all could get started today paying the descendants back for over trillions and trillions of dollars because slavery did not just start in the 1800s, but it started in the 1600s. I don't remember exactly, but from my research, I think it was 1619. So that's not only, wow, over 400 years, that is over 600 years of slavery. And Oh gosh, I'll ask this question later. Reparation payments are forms of restitution give, given to a group that has suffered harm. Uh, That's a cute way of putting it, okay? In the context of American slavery, reparations could involve a range of actions beyond direct financial payments, such as a national apology for the 600 years they took advantage and exploited my ancestors. In the context of American slavery, reparations could involve a wide range of actions beyond direct financial payments, such as national apology, rights to the cannabis industry, social services benefits, and land grants to descendants of enslaved African Americans. So it looks like you all have a grip on why haven't you all put this in, a contract of whatever, and let the descendants, and you all know where they are. That's not a conundrum with you all. You all, where every one of us are, because you all watch us, okay? Just like before. When will America pay this debt? The time when I say America, it does not just mean the plantation owners, because it wasn't just the plantation owners taking advantage. It was banks, mental health institutions, uh, educational uh, places, churches. It was everybody. I just put it that way. Even the military took advantage. And it's not only the federal government, it's these banks and buildings, mental healthcare, banks. You all know who I'm talking about. So you all should share in this debt. And it's better to get started now than later, because it's trillions of dollars everybody owes. The timeline for potential reparations is uncertain and subject to ongoing political and social debate. It's 600 years, America. Stop talking and get to work. Debates? That's ridiculous. Discussions about reparations have taken place for many years. Well, many years that need to stop and get into action. Okay? With various proposals introduced in Congress at state levels and through local initiatives. However, there is no set timeline for the implementation of a comprehensive federal reparations program. Well, get on the good foot, people. You've had 600 years to work this out. You wasn't debating when you was using my ancestors for work to build your bank, to build your known institution. You, the military used them and experiment and work them without pay. So you got a debt, you need to start paying. If it was one of us, yeah, you definitely would make us pay now, not later. But y'all have had 600 years. Just time to stop the debating, put in a plan, type it up, and send it to all of us to sign and send back. Just like with Social Security or whatever. Do it like that. I feel it should be part cash, like with a debit card, and say, I don't know, $3,000 a month. Then maybe a grant for land, uh, a grant for a home, uh, cars, property, all this stuff. Because all these things would have been in place already if you had not taken everything from us. So get started. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's see. Uh, Several methods for how reparations could be paid have been proposed and discussed. Federal government. Some argue that federal government, which once sanctioned slavery, yes, it bears the primary, yes, they do, responsibility for enacting, yes, and funding reparations. That's true. That is so true. But they are more agents in communities that take advantage also. Taxation. One possibility could be taxing the wealthy to fund reparations. That's a good idea. I like that because they have our money, okay? Uh, because from grandpa and grandpapa, the land that we built for these people and the money they made, that was handed down to the descendants. So yes, the rich should be taxed. That's money also too. And like I said, it could be sent in cash on a debit card, and that could be the monthly payment for each and every descendant. I would say 10,000 to 20,000 per month. Uh, Potentially through increased capital gains or estate. You all got it. estate tax rates, taxing unrealized capital gains, or imposing a wealth tax. Yes, I like that. They should pay big. Government subsidized programs. This could include educational scholarships, yes, financing assistance for starting a business or buying a home, or other social service benefits. I like that idea too. Uh, Targeted at descendants of enslaved people, not financing a home given. Okay. Local initiatives. Some cities and states are taking steps to address the legacy, yes, of slavery through local reparations programs, such as housing grants, yes, and educational scholarships. Uh, though these efforts are unlikely to fully, that's right, address the vast scale of the issue. Individual institutions, some institutions that benefited from slavery, such as colleges, universities, yeah, banks, uh, are exploring ways to contribute to reparations efforts. Yeah. Why should America pay reparations? Oh, geez, y'all don't know yet? Okay. That is like proponents of reparations argue that slavery created significant wealth disparities. Yes, significant. The forced labor of enslaved people generated enormous wealth that benefited individuals and institutions, contributing to enduring economic inequality experienced by people of color in America today. Slavery and its aftermath created a slave health deficit. Yes. All our descendants right now, they may not admit it, but it's the truth, have PTSD. And because of the length of the slavery, 600 years, that is that's a mark on the genes of every descendant of slaves, because it lasted so long. And we feel what they felt. So you should look at that too. Health, mental health, counseling, things like that. You should be looking at that. You owe us also what the ancestors should have had this kind of help. Okay. Yes, health deficit. The trauma and systematic discrimination faced, it's still going on today, honey, faced by enslaved people and their descendants have led to lasting health disparities that need to be addressed. Amen. Precedent exists for reparations. The U.S. government has paid reparations to other groups, yes, you have, who suffered harm, not as long as we did. such as Japanese Americans in turn during World War II. Moral and ethical reasons. Many people that acknowledging and atoning for the historical injustices of slavery and its ongoing impacts is a moral imperative. Yes, people, this this is like uh, a bomb that's got 20 minutes on it, and it's taken down to like 5 minutes. This could become a big problem if you all do not start this now, because all the information that's coming out and people of color are realizing how devastating it was and is, may look at it and say, we need to get our own lawyers. And that could be a big cost for you all and a problem involved in who would be involved in paying and receiving everybody reparations. Potential payers, the federal government, state and local governments, and institutions that benefited, that's right, from slavery could contribute to reparations funding. That's right. You all got it. The potential recipients, the descendants of enslaved people in the United States and potentially free people of color living under the threat of enslavement prior, that's right, to 1865. There is a debate about whether reparations should be targeted to specific individuals or broadly benefit the people of color and their community. It should be just leave it like that. In summary, the question of reparations for slavery in America is a deeply emotional and complex issue that elicits strong opinions on both sides. Proponents emphasize the lasting harm of slavery, no kidding, and the need to rectify historical injustices, yeah, and address ongoing inequality. Opponents cite difficulties in that's not difficult, implementation concerns about fairness and the potential for division. Conclusion. Ultimately, the resolution of this issue will depend on a combination, yeah, you getting it, of factors including political will, the willingness of elected officials to acknowledge the need for reparations and enact appropriate legislation. That's right. Public opinion. We don't care what they say. The level of support for reparations among the general public. That ain't got nothing to do with them. Economic consideration, the feasibility and impact of various funding mechanisms. Social dialogue, the ability to engage in constructive conversations about racial injustices. Historical accountability and the path forward. You need a new history book for colleges and schools. In my opinion, the issue of reparations for slavery is highly controversial, with valid arguments presented on both sides. Some argue that reparations are a necessary step to address, yes, it is, to address centuries, 600, of injustice and inequality, while others question the practicality and fairness of such a program. Fairness, huh, ultimately a solution that promotes healing, justice, and opportunity for all Americans requires thoughtful consideration of these complexities and a commitment to ongoing dialogue and understanding. That's right. Okay, so uh, this is a very deep concern. It looks like they have the ways to do it, but I don't know what they're waiting on. They are waiting on something. I would say if I was running the show, I would get in those people, banks, churches, uh, schools, colleges, all the communities that had their hand out for the money that they could make with my ancestors. So you put them in to a room and let them write up a contract and have it say, uh, have them look at it and get it affirmed. That's all you have to do. Okay? If you can't do it, call me. But that's easy. You got the evidence and everything. So I would say there will not be okay. There will not be any there will not be any consideration of, I would say, the descendants of the slaves to forgive the Europeans because I do not feel, I know I'm not ready to forgive. Okay. This went farther and longer and more people was in it than we all thought. So it's going to take apologies from people, companies, communities that took advantage of my ancestors. You need to give an honest from the heart apology and let them know that yes, we knew, but we were greedy. Okay, because that's how you all built your wealth, and it came from our ancestors. So that's the first thing you need to do. Second thing, get all those heads of those companies that use my ancestors, and sit there in a big room with you all and just talk to them and see what they are willing to do. They need to apologize also too, and they could give, like, for example, a bank could uh, give uh, some people that want homes a complete finance for some people that want it, and not for them to pay back. Just, this home is $100,000, blah blah blah, and on this day it is paid for or whatever, like that. uh, because that's part of the payment you also supposed to be given or whatever. And then also things like Social Security or whatever, you all could tack on maybe $10,000 per month for people that are getting Social Security checks. Then, like with DCF, okay, those cards or whatever, uh, you could put on money for that, add that in, like for SNAP, uh, all that, you know, and also too checks. Say, for example, $1,000 on the SNAP card, and then um, I don't know, $2,000 per month for food. You all can figure it out. Oh, it's easy. Just do it. So this is frustrating. Not frustrating. It's the anguish that I feel when I'm talking about this is deep, 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 because I feel what my ancestors felt, and what people don't realize is that they might say, yeah, slavery's over. Uh, you're free, all this and that. But we're really not free because you all are racist. And you say, no. Yes, just like those 600 years that my ancestors lived through, that in itself started and it's ingrained on our DNA that we feel all of this. We feel all of this. And because you all were doing it to us, all of that is ingrained within you all. The things that you did to the male slave is disgusting because you all taught them to be gay. You know, not only were you men running after the males, but also the mistresses. That's scary, you know, and traumatizing. And you don't know anything about the country. How could you all put that on our ancestors? You all say, well, we, we don't like you all. We're racist against people like you all. And what? Okay, you say that, but you all taught our ancestors this because they were like children. And you know, you all knew you could control the ancestors. So what they became and what the descendants are now are because of what you all did. So own it and stop putting the blame some other place because the blame lie with you all, the European. So accept it and take the responsibility because it's yours. You should not have brought my ancestors here. Never. We would we would not be feeling this way. We would be back home with grandpa, grandma, and all our community. We feel displaced. Yes, displaced. Well, let me go because I have like three other films to do. It's only 12 right now. Uh, hoping to get finished uh, soon because I have a doctor's appointment with my orthopedic doctor for him to check uh, how I'm doing. So I'm I've been, I'm doing well. Okay. So thank you all for watching and subscribing and sharing and liking. I will see you all soon. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Hope you like my fascinator. I love that color.